right, guys. Good evening. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Will you let me know if you can hear me? Please say hello if you can hear me. Let's see. Every week is a different issue with the webinar. Yes. Okay. Whew. I've been here talking for 5 minutes without the without the microphone on, and nobody said anything. I was like, "What is happening?" So thank you guys. Thank you for joining me. Yes, now you can hear me. Yay. Thank you for that. All right, so welcome to tonight's course. I've been sitting here for 5 minutes holding a live conversation all by myself. So, all right, so thank you guys so much for joining. And I am Tomayia Colvin of Tomayia Colvin Photography. I am the Director of Education. I gave myself that title for Tomayia Colvin Education. If you have been with me for a while, you know that super duper love education. That's kind of my jam. And I have been working so diligently right now, trying to provide a resource that inspires other people and provides us with the opportunity to always keep learning and to do so at an affordable price. And so that is why we're here tonight, because it's important for me for other people to have a space in which they can learn and come and be educated. And so tonight I'm super excited to share with you all about pricing for profit. If you will give me just a second. Oh, no, you won't be able to see me tonight. I'm so sorry, but I have on my PJs. So tonight will not be a you can see me night. Tonight will be a you can hear me night. And I know you're so used to seeing me, but tonight you'll just be hearing my voice. So I apologize for that. I know you guys are so used to hearing me and seeing me, but it won't be tonight because tonight I have on my PJs. And I just wanted to be comfy for just a little bit. All right, so I'm going to post this in the group so that in case someone wants to learn, if they want to pop in, then they can. So please tell me where you're from and what you are most excited about learning for tonight. I look forward to hearing that part because I want to know what is it that you want to know so that I can make sure that I am answering all of the questions that you have for me. And so if you have a question already and you're not sure, that you need to definitely have this question answered before the end of this webinar, please let me know so that I can provide that information for you. So if you have a question already and you're like, I'm on here because I need to know the following, please tell me what it is that you want to know so I can be sure to answer that for you guys. But I appreciate you guys being here with me, and I'm about to go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna hold on. Let me make sure let me make sure that is in the live page is rolling over here in the okay, I just have to make sure that's working. That's working. The live stream is working inside the portal. I had to make sure that was working. And I'm ready to go. All right. So let's see. I have Dealey. You're probably still out. Okay. Cecilia, you're in Maryland. Hey, Pat. Good evening. Thank you for joining. All right. I saw Alicia is here. Jean, Robert's back again this week. Thank you, Robert, for coming. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show my screen, and so if you will tell me when I share this, if you can see it, that will help me to make sure that you guys can see exactly what I want you all to see. So I'm going to turn on screen sharing. Please do not judge me based on what this. That's what's happening over here. All right. So can you see? I need to turn the chat really quick. Hey, Sugar. All right. benefit or runaway clients. Hey, Tashawn, Katrina, and Anisha is here. Wonderful. All right. Okay, so if you guys can see my screen, if you can see the screen, please let me know so that I know that you can see it. And I'm going to just tap back over for just a second. Can't see? All right. All right, so we can rock and roll. All right, so let's roll. All right, so welcome tonight to Pricing for Profit, How to Make $1 out of 15 cents. Good evening. I am Tomayia Colvin. Again, I am the Executive Education Director of Tomayia Colvin Education. I am the mom of these two little people, Grace and Ivory. And so it's very important for me to always ensure that my prices are as such to make sure that I can provide a lovely little life for these two little people. So it's summer break and they are ready already to go ahead and spend lots of mommy's money. So I have to be able to be sure that I can afford the electricity for the lights, all the food that they're about to consume because it's summertime, summer clothes, and all those type of things of being a mom. So that I can be sure to provide for them. And so I appreciate you guys being here. I am the owner of Tomayia Colvin Photography. I am a high school senior photographer in Houston, Texas. I shoot a small percentage of weddings. And so you will see from time to time that I do shoot weddings. It's just a small percentage. And I am also a philanthropist and the owner of the Unbox Project. And you will see that coming out this probably next month. That is my way of giving back to those high school seniors that I love so dearly. I am a 10-year teacher veteran. Curriculum and instruction is my thing. And so the online school here is an extension of that for me. Being able to share my knowledge with others and being able to still embrace education so much, even though I am a portrait photographer by day. But education is really my jam. That is something that I absolutely love and thrive for. And so I appreciate you being here. That tells me that you care about your education, you care about servicing your clients, and that you care also you care about supporting your family as well. And that's what we're all here for. We all want to be able to support our families and just to really be supportive. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about Tomayia Colvin Education. That is my new online education site. Within that, you will be able to come on just like you are right now every week and watch a live course. Tonight, I'm teaching pricing for profit. Next week, my good friend Elizabeth Dantas, she will be teaching in-person sales. And so these two courses are phenomenal together. It's so crazy how it happened that I'm teaching this and she's teaching that. And if you want to stay abreast of all the classes that are coming out, then if you're inside of the hub already, if you want to click on upcoming courses, it will show you the courses that are coming up in the future so that you can get an idea of what's to come and just the education courses that will be offered in the future. If you want to see a replay of this course and maybe you have to pop out a little early, if you are not a member of the school, then you can just log back in and purchase the course for $10 and watch it however many times that you want to. And then if you want to become a member of the school for this month only, the monthly subscription for 3 months is $15 for 3 months. So not for 3 months, $15 each month for 3 months. So that, I think that's $45, yes, for 3 months of education. And you can already see the calendar that's going to come out. So I will be working tonight we're going to be going over pricing for profit. Anytime I give a lesson, I do like to show us the objectives. What are we going to be learning? And so the first thing is that we're going to determine your cost of doing business. If you joined in, I did ask you to write down and or list your expenses for the year. So you should have that somewhat done. I will help you go through that in just a minute, but you should have it done already. Then determine your annual sales goal. So if you want to make a bit of money or you want to make more, I will show you exactly how to get to those numbers. And if you want to work backwards and just say, I want to make 80,000 for the year, you can do that. I will show you in just a little bit how many sessions you need to meet that financial goal that you have placed. And then if we have time, I'm not sure, but I will assist you in creating a price sheet that helps you get to that 80,000 or that 50,000 or that 10,000 that you want to make tonight. So those are our objectives for tonight. That is what we will roll back over to that screen. Are there any questions that I can ask for you all before, anything that you want to ask me before I get started, so that I can assist you there? Are there any questions that you have? And because once I go over here, then I won't be able to see so much what I'm doing. So you'll have to tell me before I get started if there's anything that you want to know. So I'll wait a second to find out if you have a question before I get started. So I'll wait for you for just a moment though. I'll wait on you because I don't want to rush and you miss something or I don't give you the information that you need. So before I get started, I'll just wait a second and give you a moment to kind of gather your thoughts, gather your calculator, get the things that you need to have in front of you, a glass of wine, water, whatever it is that you need to get before I get started. So if you're ready to get started, type I'm ready and I'll know that we can get started. Yeah, that's how the preacher do at church. When you turn to your Bible and your Bible ready to say I'm ready. So okay, that's a good question. How can you get the clients to see the value in your pricing? Okay. Are there any other questions before I get started? Okay, if you're ready, say I'm ready so that I know that you're ready. It's okay. I'll pause a little bit, guys, because once I get into this, I may forget. Okay, all right. Looks like everybody's ready. All righty. Okay, all right. If you have a question, you can type it, but keep in mind, I'm going to be working in a different screen. And so I will pop right on just to keep up with you guys, but just keep in mind that I'll be in a different screen so that you can see me, so that you can see what I'm working on. So how many of you already are in if you downloaded the expenses form, I put it over there for you. I've uploaded it for you. So if you needed to print it out and you'll see exactly what I'm working on too. Have that form. It's like a little cheat sheet for you. It's there in the portal. If you need it, it's there. If you need a little cheat sheet to help you keep your expenses organized while I'm going through this, you can print it out so that you can have it right in front of you. So I'll get started, but if you need it, because it'll come in handy in just a little bit, you can go ahead and print that out so that you can have it right there in front of you. A bit helpful for you. Okay. All right, everybody ready? All right, let's get going. All right, so the first thing that I asked you all to do was to have your expenses lined out, because the first thing we have to do is that we have to make sure that we know how much we're spending each week and each month and so forth. So I'm going to turn on my screen sharing. Document. It's the exact same one that's over that I've uploaded for you guys. Let me know if you can see it. Okay, do you all see it? Are you okay? Can I get started? All right. Okay, perfect. Okay, all right. So the first line we're looking at, for the sake of this, we're going to go over our 2016 items that we spent money on. Okay, so the first line is that we're looking at our expenses from 2016. So the first item is if you purchase any albums from a professional lab, so that you have those costs there. So perhaps maybe you spent, let's just say maybe you spent, let's see, maybe $600 on albums for last year. Okay, so I'm just putting in the numbers and I'm going to work through this with you. And then perhaps you spent maybe $200 on prints. Okay, and then maybe you have items such as your lab costs. Maybe you have like a banner or something that you got from the lab. So maybe you spend a little something, and sometimes you don't. That could be like wall art, canvases, anything like that that you purchased. And so I'm just going to put $300 in there. And then if your lab charges you shipping, maybe you had to drop ship something to a client, then you would put that fee in there as well. Okay. And I'll just put maybe my lab charges $650, so maybe I do that a few times. So let's just put $67 in there for drop shipping. So right now I've spent $1,167 so far for the year in my for just the cost from the lab. How are you guys doing? Is everybody okay so far? And I have it now where I can see both of the screens. So if you need me, I can see both. Then if you are a wedding photographer and maybe you have a second shooter that you spent the PDF. Okay. It was in the other thingy-majiggy, so you should have it. Uh-oh, Beth, you don't see the worksheet? Hold on. it is under, if you go into Teachable, if you go into the school, let me help you find it. Hold on, I'll help you get there for just a second. And if you don't have it, I will re-upload it so that you can see it right here. If you are logged into the course, if you're logged into the school, you should be able to see the PDF right there. If you don't have it, I'm going to put it right here for you guys. Okay. If you click on Business Resources underneath the curriculum, the PDF is right there for you. So if you log into the course and you go under Business Expenses Resources, I've put the PDF right there for you. Oh, I see, got it. So you would just have to download it and then print it out on your own. All right, so then if you, let's just say for instance, you pay a second shooter $250 per time, and maybe you had 3 weddings, so that was under that was $750. And if you have a virtual assistant that you pay, someone who maybe does your blogging or responds to your clients for you, and you maybe pay them a nice $2,500 for the year. I don't know if you do, but if you do, that might be too much. Let me put that down a little bit. Okay. And then if you have a lighting assistant that you bring on to your shoots all the time, maybe you pay that person $50 a time, and you've brought them 10 times. You've had a lighting assistant with you, because those little $50 add up. So that's $500 that you've spent on a lighting assistant. And if you have your hair and makeup artist, perhaps you put together a style shoot and you had to pay for some flowers, or your hair and makeup artist. Let's just say hair and makeup is normally like $150, $175. And so I'm going to put in hair and makeup artist, let's just say $300, and maybe you spend a little bit on some flowers. So that's about $450. And then if you have someone who does your proofreading and your copywriting, maybe for your blog, your website, and you pay that person some money, then I would put in a little bit for them. So right now, these are just things that I've paid to people, and I am at $3,817 already. That is nice. All right. So then if you have a studio rent, maybe you pay $300 a month for a studio. That's a low amount, but that's what we'll go with. So that's $3,600 for the year that you pay for your studio. If you log into your PayPal account or your Square account, and they've been charging you that 2.9%, that wonderful fee that they charge, however much you paid there in your processing fees, or if you've been paying $5 like one of my friends on for your ACH payments, if you add that up, and you only, I pay them too much, but I'm going to just put that we spend $500 in ridiculous credit card processing fees. Then if you pay for like a mobile hotspot, or like a little Wi-Fi little situation there, so if you're paying maybe $20 a month for something like that, that's $240 for the year. Liability insurance, I have a statement so I can tell you exactly how much that is. Statement, hold on, let me tell you. Let me go down the paperwork. Okay, so that is $500 annually. So that's $500. If you have too much stuff at your house and you had to go get a storage unit, or too much stuff at your studio and you needed to get a storage unit, and that's maybe like $100 a month. That's 100 times 12. That's $1,200 for the year. And for your cell phone, if you have a line dedicated just for your business, then you can put in the whole amount there. If you talk to your mom or your grandma on that phone or your kids, that you cannot write off that whole amount. So you're going to have to do maybe 10 to 20% of that. You can't just write down everything because if you were to happen to get audited, that would not be nice for your life. So my cell phone bill, I think it's $60 or something. So I can't put the whole $60 in there. I have to put like 20% because I talk to other people on that phone. So that I can only write off like, oh, okay, Beth. I'll go a little slow to give you a second to catch up. So if my cell phone bill is $60 and I can only write off 20% of that, it's saying $12. I think that's right. Okay, so, yep, that's right. So $12 times 12 months is $144. So I can only write off $144. I cannot be like 60 times 12 because unless I'm talking to just Jesus, then it'll be fine. Then we have our bank fees. So if you have to pay like a little monthly fee for your business checking account, then that's like $9 to $12 or free if you have a wonderful bank. So I'm going to pretend like hopefully you have a good bank. We don't have to pay money for bank fees. And if you became an LLC in the state of Texas, I think it's $350. If you file for a DBA like in Harris County, I think it's $18. So if you did any of those things and you paid money to become a legitimate business last year, then you would put in that amount. So I'm just going to pretend like everybody became an LLC. And then here is studio rentals. And if you had to like rent a studio or something like that, then that would be, how much is like the Houston studio is like, I think 40 or 50 an hour. So if you do that a few times, that costs too much, but that's $400. All right. So just overhead. Oh man, this is not good. All right. So right now we're at $10,751 already on our fake spreadsheet. What I'm doing. On their spreadsheet. Oh, I see a comment that you can't download it. Okay, hold on, Beth. No problem, sister. Hold on. Let me fix that for you. Hold on, Beth. I will assist you. I'll give everybody else a moment to catch up. Okay. I saw your comment, Beth. I saw that. How's everyone else doing? Let me know if I can keep moving. Okay, let me know if I can keep going. Let me know if you're okay. Oh, you're writing it down. Okay. All right. I'm going to upload it for you guys a different way, just in case, since that one isn't working. Hold on. I'll put it somewhere else. I'll put it 2 places. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. I'll get it right over there for you guys. Okay. Writing it down, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. uploading it here in a second. Okay. If you're in the school, if you're logged in, I am going to drop I'm going to put a Google Drive link that will give you access to download it. It's coming right now under. And I am titling it Google Drive download link just in case you need it. And I'm publishing it right now. And you should see it pop up in the curriculum. I think Daniel is probably writing it down. I think he's mobile, so he's probably writing it down. All right. Oh, no, Beth. Okay, so if you go check right now in the curriculum, I've added it over there for you guys. All right. Okay, perfect. Okay, so you should see the link right over in the curriculum side. I've added that for you guys right there. My apologies. It says Google Drive download link, and you should be able to print it right there. If that's a problem, let me know. All right. I know, it's okay. All right, it's okay. We have the link now, so you'll be able to have it right there. I don't know why it's not letting us be great, but it's okay. So, but right now there is a link. All right, so got it? Wonderful, Dealey. All right. Okay, so now we're going to go over our cost of our marketing and advertising. And so for me, I have a Show It website. And for the Show It website, I pay $37 a month for that, or $39, something like that. So that's 39 times 12, and I will slow down to give you enough time to print, catch up, and do what you need to do. Don't worry. Be happy. Okay. And then if you're paying for your hosting for like your blog or your site, I want to say that's like $13 a month. That's $156 for the year. And if you're paying for a Vimeo or Animoto for slideshows, that's $200 a month. $200 for the year. Oh, that would be ridiculous. And then for your advertisement design, if you need to pay someone to design something, I would say maybe $350 for that. Maybe you have a new logo for last year you paid for. If you have to pay someone to design your website, that's pretty costly. That would be like $1,500, $500, $300. So I'll just put $300 or $400 there. And if you have to pay somebody to design something, if you had to print out like your senior welcome guide or your wedding package or anything like that that you're printing out, and you had to pay for that, then got to put that down badly. And then the fun part, paying for product samples and business cards and flyers and promotional materials that you have to give out. So product samples, maybe spent maybe like an album, maybe like $150 or so. So I'm going to put down safely product samples, maybe $400. Okay, you got it? Yay, Beth. Yay. Okay, I'm going slow. Don't worry. Don't stress out. And then Edgar, Hootsuite, Buffer, anything that you're using like for your social media management, CoSchedule, anything like that, that's normally like $29 to $59 or $79 a month times 12. That's $350 for the year, just for somebody to post your stuff. And if you are a member of Two Bright Lights and pay your $14.95 a month, to make sure that you're being published often, then that comes to $180 for the year. And if you paid for open houses, like those bridal open houses and those bridal shows and stuff, those are pretty costly too. So that might have been like $250 to a lot. So I'm just going to put $250. Then if you are a member of like your local chamber of commerce, I think ours is like $300 for the year. That's just for one. If you want to become a member of more, then you could that could be kind of costly too. And then professional club dues. So if you're a member of like BNI or any of those type of things that you pay for, then you have to write down that cost. So I don't know how much BNI costs, but I'm just going to put it costs like $100 for the year. And then if you're entertaining and dining out, then we have to write that down too. So maybe you're spending, if you're buying coffee, like if you're out doing these consultations, or you're getting chips and salsa and queso, all that stuff adds up. So hopefully you spent less than $250, but I'm just going to put $250. And then if you're paying for like Schedulegram, Planoly, anything, Tailwind, anything that you're using to schedule out on your phone, those are kind of like $10 a month. So we're spending too much money. So that's $120 for the year. And if someone inbox you and say, can you donate something for some random thing, then you gave it to them. That was $100 that you just spent over there. And then you were going to a meeting and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to print out my price sheet, and I stopped by Kinko's, FedEx, something like that. Then that was some more money that you probably spent that you probably didn't think about. That was probably $75 for the year. If you're running Facebook ads or Instagram ads, and those become a little costly too. So I would put maybe you spent maybe $150 for the year, probably more, but that's on the low end. And then I put on here referrals and referral fees, because there are some planners and event specialists that people pay money to for them to get their leads. And so I put the amount. I put a line there in case you pay that. I don't pay that, but I put a line there just in case you needed to. And then if you're using for real licensed music and you're not bootlegging stuff, then you do need to pay for those songs. And that would be maybe about $40 for the year. All right, so right now we have marketing advertising costs of $4,999 for the year. And right now we are at $14,850 in expenses so far. How's everybody doing? How are you doing? Okay, I'll wait for you to tell me how you're doing. Okay. It's a PDF. That's why you can't click into it. It's a PDF. So you have to print it out and write on it. Okay? All right. All right, so now if you're a member of PPA, which I highly suggest, that's $27 for the month. So that's 27 times 12, $324 for the year. If you're paying for 17 hats, that's like 39 or 29, something like that, times 12. 468 for the year. If you're paying for shoe proof, that could be somewhere between 100 to 2. So I'll just guesstimate 100. I pay a lot on photo editing. So for me, that's probably an expensive habit. So I'm just going to say 500 for the year. That's even if you're paying like somebody to remove someone from the background or something like that. Google Drive, Dropbox, all of those are $10 a month. So that would be $120 for the year. Backblades is $5 per month, and so that's $60. You spend a lot on packaging and making sure that everything is so pretty. That stuff costs a lot. So I can tell you right now, that's about $250 for the year. Adobe, they charge us regardless of what happens. That's $120. Album design funding is $200 for the year. Hopefully you didn't get into illegal trouble. We're going to pray on that one. Your bookkeeping software fee Intuit is, I think, $15. So that is $180 for the year. Your accounting CPA, accountant, it's like $450. And then if you pay for a mailbox, that's quarterly. So that's 59 times 3. That's $177 for the year. So that's $2,900, and we are at $17,799 so far. Some conferences, because we like learning. I see that already. If you had to register, so like for imaging, it's like I think $299, something like that. If you pay for any online courses, I know a lot of us do, maybe $200 on that. If you went out of town and you traveled, then that was airline and hotel costs that you have to account for. So if the hotel was like $100 a night, that's a low end, but it's just about $300. Maybe the flight $500. Then your meals while you were out eating, enjoying life so wonderfully, $200. Then auto insurance, if you have a car just for your business, you can deduct that right on off. And so your mileage reimbursements, your toll roads. I know some of us live by tolls. And then gasoline or fuel, like if you got a rental car or something like that. All right. So there we go. All right. Now here's the fun part. The stuff that we all spend money on. Let's talk about this equipment. That if you bought a new camera this year or last year, and it was $4,000, you got you a wonderful Mark III, that was $4,100. And perhaps you got a new lens, that was $1,200. So, and you just had a wonderful time, and you bought a new computer too. I mean, you had the time of your life. Okay. And so right now you are at $6,800 so far. How's everybody doing? Is it time for a glass of wine yet? How's everyone now? Our expenses are at $25,808. How's everybody doing? Did you pass out yet? How are you? Tell me how you are, because it's about to get real in the next 3 columns. Tell me how you're doing. Be honest. Okay. All right. You bought a new camera back? Hopefully not. Maybe you bought cameras and you already had a camera back. Flashes, those little things are expensive. So those are about $150 to $200 a piece. So maybe you bought 2. Maybe you have a new. Yeah, no, we got to put the real numbers. This is real life. Maybe you bought a hard drive. Those external things cost like $150. Memory cards, card readers, lighting. This is where those soft boxes. there's a PDF file inside of the classroom under curriculum that you can print out. Yeah, there's the PDF. So soft boxes, reflectors, anything that you have used or purchased for your wonderful lighting needs. There you go. And then your background and your props. Backgrounds, I really don't buy. And then your props, if you are a hoarder and you see stuff in Target all the time and Hobby Lobby and you have a wonderful time, then this number will probably be a little bit higher, and it's okay. And then I put miscellaneous prop purchases because sometimes some of us are in some of those garage sale groups and stuff randomly pop up, and then next thing you know, we're on the side of the freeway meeting somebody because we just had to have it. Maybe it was not in the budget, but we bought it. And so now we have to account for that money some type of way. So we all get suckered into, I'm destashing, and here we are buying stuff. All right, I know I'm not the only one. So, all right. So right now, looking at my paper, I am at 2,600. That would be wonderful if I was at 2,600. I am at $26,000 and $26,108. That's what my number looks like over here in photography expenses. Okay. How's everyone doing? Did everyone get to a total or a roundabout expenses total? Oof, let's breathe. Did everybody come up with the expenses total? Yeah. Sorry. Okay. All right. Are we ready? Because this is the part of the conversation where it's going to get a little icky and you may not like me for a little while, but it's okay. All right. It's for our benefit. All right. So right now, you should have a roundabout expenses total for 2017. Now, the spreadsheet that I am working from, that is available if you are a member of the school. So right after I end this, if you would like to become a member of the school and you pay $10 for the course, and or you pay for $15 for the month and get the rest of the courses, then this spreadsheet that I am using will be available for you to download, and you can actually plug in your numbers and it will do the magic for you, just like it's about to do for me. All right, so there's a tab. This is our cost of doing business. So for 2016, 2017, it cost me $26,108 to run this business that I have. And this is just, it's sad face, but it is what it is. Okay. So $26,000 to operate this business. Now, I'm going to go over to the next tab, and you all don't have this tab. So you need to, if you are in another tab, I need you to come follow with me on this tab for a little bit. I need you to come back to the screen, and I need you to watch these numbers here that are on my screen. I need your full attention right now. And I apologize because I'm probably about to go into scandal time, and I know the Rockets are playing, and so the men are probably going to be missing in a few minutes. So If you are over there in the screen, tell me, hello, I am here. I see yellow, or hello, girl, yes, I'm here. If you are over here and you see my yellow tabs and you see the screen that I am in. If you are ready to rock and roll and you're looking at the screen, please type and say, I'm here. Let me know that you are here. I am. You can say, hello, I am sad. Hello, I wish this looked better. Hello, I'm no longer your friend. Anything like that is available. All right, ready? Okay. Okay. All right, let's go. All right, so this is the part where this makes me happy, and this is the part that I really want you to pay attention to. Because this is the part that tells us what we did and if it worked and if it didn't work. So on our previous screen, $26,000 we spent on photography stuff. So it cost $26,000. How much was it? $26,108 to run this business. Okay. All right. It cost $26,000. How many of you see $26,000 on the screen and have already decided that that some prices need to start changing immediately? How many of you are already like, it is time for us to make some changes? How many of you are already there? How many of you see the numbers, see your expenses, and you're like, thank gosh, I'm here because I have to make some changes? All right. So I want you to pay very close attention to what I am about to do, because this is the meat and potatoes of the course. All right. So let's pretend, and I'm going to ask some questions that I need you to put your answers in over in the chat box. How many portrait sessions do you shoot a month? And how much are your portrait sessions? I need you to tell me that so that I can start plugging some numbers in. How many portrait sessions do you do a month? And how much do you charge for your sessions? Okay. So if you charge $200 per month, $200 per sessions, and you did 5 a month, and you just gave away the digital files, and that was fine. So you made roughly about $1,000 per month. The problem with that is that you only made $12,000 for the year, and you spent $26,000 for the year. And so right now you're a negative $12,000 in the hole for this year, for last year. That's the problem. We have to make some changes. And let's just say you did. So in order for us to even halfway get up to $26,000 at this point, 2 things are going to have to happen. One, you're going to change this average sales per client, or you're going to make, you're going to have to do more sessions a month. That's the only way to get around it. So if you raise it up from 200 to 500, at least at that point, you made a little bit of money, and you've made $3,000 for the year. And that's the only thing we did there. We didn't do anything different. We just charged $500 for a session instead of the $200 that was leaving us in the hole. If that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. All right. So, okay. Okay. No problem. Okay. So right now, if I only kept my sessions at $200 a month, I'm gonna have to do two things, or one or two things. So if I can turn that into 10 sessions a month, and I'm still a little bit less. Let's see if we did 13 sessions a month. Now we're a little bit over being out of the hole. Okay, so here we are. Now this part, might get a little yucky again. All right, so at least at the 13 sessions a month at $200, at least at this point, you've at least covered your expenses minimally. If you're just charging $200 and you only have 5 sessions a month, or it's a slow season between November and January, and you don't have any seasons, some type of way, you still need to come up with your session. You still have to come up with that monthly income. It doesn't, I mean, your expenses, the expense doesn't go anywhere. So you're going to have to come up with some funds. All right. So on the flip side of this looks good. That okay, like, yeah, okay, girl, I charge $200 for the session fee. Yes, that's amazing. Okay. And then it's like, yes, I'm making $50 an hour. Whoop, whoop, that's a lot. Yes, like, where else do you go and you make $50 an hour? Yes. Okay, then. All right. So let's talk about how much time you spend with that client. Emails. That was 30 minutes. Driving to the location. That is 30 minutes. Driving back to the location. Driving back home. Take you 30 minutes. On the shoot. About an hour or two. Let's just say 2. You know, you like to overshoot. Let's be for real. Oh, yes. Editing. Forgot about that. Takes you about an hour to edit that one session. I have the charger. Where's this? It's over there by you. Oh, yeah. You have, oh, that's right. You have to post a sneak peek. That takes you about 30 minutes. Then you want to blog it. Yes, because you have to show everybody. So you have to blog it. So that takes about 30 minutes to blog. So right now, that's about, and you need to upload them. Upload to gallery. That takes about 30 minutes. All right. And then maybe you need to wrap the products and deliver. So that maybe takes about an hour, 60 minutes. All right. So already so at first it was looking pretty good that we were making $50 per hour. But right now it's like, okay, 4 hours, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours for one session. Now our price has dropped from $50 an hour to $25 an hour. So now, because you have to respond to their email, their text message, drive to the location, you drive back home, you're on the shoot for 2 hours, you're editing for an hour, you post a sneak peek, you're blogging, you're uploading to the gallery, you're wrapping your products, you deliver it. We didn't even add the time to drive back and forth to drop off this product, ship it, mail it, whatever you need to do. You are at about 8 hours per client-ish. Okay? All right. So now that $50 an hour is now $25 an hour because you're spending so much time doing all this extra stuff. Now, so here you are. Okay, don't shoot me just yet. So if you only stuck to just doing this $200 per hour, $200 session, you're not selling products, you're not doing anything else, then you're not making enough at this point, honestly, to sustain the business, honestly. Not even to provide for your family. You're not even making enough to sustain the business. One of the other questions is that I asked you all is to tell me what are your portrait goals, I asked you two things. One, how much did you want to make for the year? And two, your financial goals. So if you're there and you say, okay, I looked at my household expenses, I only need to contribute $700 a month to our living expenses. Like, okay, that's cool. All right, so you have $700 that you need to bring in every month to your household. That's no problem. So you need to make at least $8,400 for the year. And you have $25,000 in expenses. So minimally, you need to make $25,000 plus your $8,400. Minimally, you need to make $32,000 for the year. Minimally. And that's not even you saving any money for the business. That's just you paying stuff and you paying your $700 that you've committed to giving to your husband or your family. All right, so I need to make $33,000 for this year. So let's pretend you do portraits and you do weddings. So if I'm a portrait photographer, I need to bring in minimally $20,000 for that, and I need to bring in maybe $10,000 in somewhere. How much I needed? I needed $33,000. So I have to come up with some more money. Okay, and I messed up my thingamajiggy right here, so I'll fix that. All right. Okay. So minimally, I need to make $33,000 because I determined that I need to make $700 to bring to my income, to my family. That's how much it costs. And it's $25,000 for the year for me to sustain this business that I have. To pay for all this stuff on this other page, this expenses and all these things that we showed up with, we still have to pay for this stuff. So that's $33,000 that you need to figure out how you need to make in your real life. So if you're only charging $200 a month, $200 per session, and $1,500 for weddings, you need to book 115 portrait sessions a year, and you need to be doing 10 a month. That is to minimally pay the cost to do your business and the $8,500 that you need to contribute to your household per year. On the short end of the stick. Okay. And if you wanted to make $10,000 in weddings, then you need to bring in 6 or 7 weddings a year to come up with that $33,000. And then that way you would come out with your $33,000 of your gross revenue. Your expenses were $2,600. We just estimated your federal income tax at 10%. So, yeah. At this point, at least you have a little bit of profit, but unfortunately, we still have to pay taxes on this, so that's still not enough. So let's do to at least get to 33,400. That's how much we need to have. 33 after expenses. This number right here has to be at like 8,500 in order for us to pay for our life. So we're gonna take this up a little bit. So, okay. All right. So in order for us to even to get to that 8,400 that we wanted to put back in our household, we'd have to make $40,000 in photography for the year in order for us just to make $720 or so, just to pay a car note or whatever it is that you need to pay in your life. In order for us to do that, then if you were only charging $200, you need 150 sessions. That is ridiculous. You need 13 sessions a month. That cannot happen. So if you just did one thing and you doubled the price of your portrait session from 200 to 400, okay, that would mean that you would work half the amount of time that you needed to if you just did that, okay? Because when you were charging $200 a month, $200 per session, you were going to have to make a lot of money in there. So if you were just charging $200, you're going to need 150 sessions to make up $30,000 just for you to be able to afford to pay your car note, okay, or your rent or your mortgage. Now, some of you like to play the mini session game of $125. Okay. So if you do those mini sessions and that's all you do is mini sessions at $125 and you give away 5 files, then you need to do 240 of those jokers a year. If that's all you did. Okay? But remember, if I take my portrait sessions up to 500, and that meant that I could now work a third of the time, and I only needed 60 sessions per year, and I only needed 5 sessions per month versus what I was doing in advance or before. How does that look in your life? Does that look better than what you previously estimated? How does that look? Because this is 30,000 in portraits, 10,000 in weddings, 500 from portrait sessions, $1,500 from weddings, 60 a year. And remember, some people talk about working harder, not smarter, right? So now, what if we upped our portrait session price a smidget, made maybe $300 or $400 from our portrait, the product sales, and now instead of that 200 that we started out with at needing 150 per month, per 150 per year, what if we took that $200 session fee, did not include any digital files, and now we're charging for products and we're making $500 off of the products alone. Now, instead of 200, we're at 700, and we only need to work 4 times a month. and we only need 42 for the year. Okay. So if you just did a few things, okay, if it was 200, you started out and you were 200, I think a good average is probably 300, honestly. So 300, you need 100 per year. You need to do 8 sessions a month. I don't know how many times you want to walk away from your children a month, but 8 seems pretty ridiculous. So if I could cut that time in half, and the only thing that I needed to do was raise my session fee, and that's the half amount of time that I get to walk away from my children, half the amount of time that I need to work, it seems like a no-brainer to me, to be honest with you. And the only thing you did was double your session price, and you immediately saw an increase in the time that you spend with your family and the time, and you've doubled your income. So if we go back over here, and let's just say this is our happy place, because this is a number that we know will expenses. If we made 40,000, it would cover our expenses, it would pay our little taxes, and the $9,892, that's how much we need to contribute to our household for the year. We need to give 10,000 to our house. Okay, so if we need to spend 10,000 on our families to pay however much it is per year, for whatever it is that you're contributing to, if this is a hobby or a part-time job, then this is good. So 10,000 for the year, and this is how much you need to have left over, not how much you need to make for the whole year. In order to just make 10,000, you have to bring in 40. You have to make 40 just to get 10. Give back to your household. Okay. Now, I need to show you something else. And if you have questions, there's a little bit of delay. So if you have questions, go ahead and ask them now, because I'm on the final descent for us to be done. So I want to show you something. So if you do, how many sessions did we say? We said we were doing 5 sessions a month. That 8 and 10 was ridiculous. So we're not doing that anymore. So if we did 5, okay, I'll go through that in just a second. Let's see. So we need 5 sessions a month. Average sale, and we're spending, I'm still on, yes. 200 on products. I don't know, maybe you mark it up 3 or 4 times. I'm not sure. Until, let's see, you mark it up maybe 2 or 3 times so that you can provide for your family. So you have a $200 session fee. Your cost of goods are $200. You got a profit or so. Well, let's see, $800 sale. Wait, hold on, Katrina. Yeah, that was including a little bit of product. Yeah, I would say about $125 worth. Now I'm gonna show you something. I have something here for you. I'll show it to you. So if we did the 8 sessions a month, I'm sorry, the 5 sessions a month, the $800 per sale, we're spending $200 on product or so. So right now, look guys, look what we have. You have your income of $3,000 a month. You have a projected annual gross income of $36,000. You've increased your time per hour to 75. Your projected per hour income somewhere is like $92. Your per minute is $155. And your income is at that $8,900. Remember, that's how much we needed in order for us to provide for our family. Okay, so I think that maybe the cost of doing business, I'm gonna back up for a second and I'm gonna just say maybe you don't have a cost of doing business at so high, and maybe you have one that's just a little bit lower. And let's see here. Maybe your cost of doing business, let's just put it down a smidget. I'm gonna just take out that. I'm bringing it down a little bit. Let's see. Take out the storage unit. Let's see if we can get this to like 8,000 or something. Like, oh, that's still 15. Hold on. Let me bring this down a smidget. I'm just gonna take out some of these expenses. 14,000. Okay, let's go. Let's see if that's still 11,000. Don't forget, if you have questions, go ahead and ask so that I can answer them for you before I pop off for here for a second. So this is good. This is like $9,500. So this is not so bad. So at $9,500. Okay. So our expenses are maybe less than 10,000 for the year. You need 3 sessions per month. 6. That's pretty good. Then your annual income, you're making 10,000 versus what we were doing before. So you're making 10. If you just took out some stuff, had an average sale of about 800-ish, that would be like a $200 session fee, and then you made about 4 or 6 from product sales. Okay. So there's one more tab I want to show you before I pop off for a little bit. Oh, and then let me change the numbers right quick. So if I had a cost of doing business at $9,500, I would need to, maybe I don't need to make that much, down to maybe a little bit less, and bring that down to maybe a profit of 12,000. I don't have to work so much. So I only needed 33 portrait sessions for the year and 3 sessions a month. So that is not so bad. Okay. Any final questions? I know that was a lot. Let me see. Let me actually, hold on. Can you sell the session fee just by working it into your portrait price and not call it? Yeah. We just want to put it everything like all inclusive, like this is the price, because you know you need to get to that $1,600, that $600 per session. You just make it $600. And it includes the session fee and product or whatever it is that you need to sell. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So also on here, there's a cost of doing, hold on. Also can increase your products by a bit. That will come. Yep, you can do that as well. On this sheet, I have included the cost of products from White House cost, and if you wanted to do like a collection fee or a la carte fee, and your so helps you calculate your profit margin in advance for you. So again, this worksheet is available if you become a member of the school or you purchase the course. So the course is available for just $10 and become a member for $15. And you'll be able to watch this course, the Magic of Photoshop, and next week's course, in-person sales, because I think this was a perfect introduction as to answer that question as to how we can help people see the value in these prices. I think Elizabeth is definitely going to show us in ways we can help people see the value in the products that we offer and the service that we have versus here's just a price and you deal with it. She's going to show us exactly how to do that. So are there any final questions before I pop off for the evening? Any questions, any comments, anything you want to share? Anything that you want to know? Have any questions before I log off for the evening? I know I went over my time just a smidget, so I need to answer any questions that you have. Any questions? You're welcome. You're welcome. Any other questions that you have? Yeah, so next week is not pricing for profit. Next week is in-person sales. And so Elizabeth is going to come on and she's going to, if you have that question about, thank you. If you have questions about how to incorporate or how to, if you have questions on how you can, thank you, Pat, help clients see the value in it, that's going to help, because Elizabeth does an amazing job at showing and helping her clients understand the value in the product and the service that she provides in her in-person sale course next week. And so if you're falling short in that category of I'm just selling digitals and I see that I need to boost a bit of my income up, then if you rock with Elizabeth next week, that's where you can fill in that gap, so that you don't have to work so hard to take that 200 to 600 or 200 to 800 or even 200 to 1500 or 1800 or whatever, 2500. So be it. That she's going to show us right on how much printing is important, how to bring that life back into our clients, to kind of walk them away from maybe it's just digital files, and how to convince your client that printing is the way to go versus just a digital file. Because one, we know that we need the power of the print so that it's something that's long-term and it gives life to your work, but it also will bridge that gap that you may have available that you have. So the spreadsheet comes free if you are a member of the school. So if you join for the $15 for the month, you'll get this and the in-person sales and all of Elizabeth's handouts that she's going to have next week. Or if you just want just this and you just want the handout, then you can just pay $10 for the course. And that's it. So that's all, guys. Hopefully, I hope that this was helpful for you all. A lot of people have asked for it. And so hopefully this has been helpful for you guys. I hope that I have done a great job at presenting the information to you and that it was easy for you to understand. If you want to know what courses are coming up, I have placed a calendar over. You'll see upcoming. You can see the upcoming courses that are coming up in the next few months. Yeah, I know that the course it's $100 class. I know. But for the sake of being able to share knowledge when I know so many people need it, it's available. So if you need something, guys, I am here. I'm going to sign off. I think I'm in the middle of half of watching Scandal. I haven't watched, so I'll have to rewatch tomorrow. And I know the guys are watching the game, so I know where their brains are. So, guys, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you all so much. Again, thank you for your support for watching live, and I ask that you do become a member of the school. It's a subscription-based, $15 a month. If you join before the end of May, or $10 if you just want to watch this class again. So thank you guys. Good night.